Hey everybody, Presale here, your second favorite Uniswap degen. So I want to start off this video by saying congratulations to Bitcoin. It broke 20,000. So that's a nice 1.1x in 3 years since 2017. So that's better than most banks have done in terms of interest rate. So congratulations to Bitcoin. And yeah, I just got my complete setup finally. I got the new microphone, I got a good lighting, and hopefully my video quality is a lot better, so that's quite exciting for me. Yeah, so today I want to cover MahaDAO. I presume that's how you say it. Interesting name. It's quite hyped at the moment, just like most of the coins I do videos on, and yeah, I'm going to see why it's hyped, whether it's worth investing or buying on the Uniswap launch. The last few calls have been pretty good. SpiderDial was the last one that also launched on POLKASTARTER, which is the same platform MahaDAO is going to launch on. SpiderDial did 4x if you got into the POLKASTARTER launch, and if you bought on listing, you could have made a nice 2x. Obviously, there was some FUD on it by War on Rugs, which at the moment it seems like they're just fudding everything. So I'm not too impressed by that, but who knows, maybe it is legit FUD, but it caused the price to dump quite a bit. So you could have sold at a nice 2x, which I managed to get in on launch and sell for a nice profit. Then Sci-Fi was another one that did well on launch, 6x for pre-salers, and it did dump down because of this tokenomics that the team had, but now it's holding quite stable around 3x. So MahaDAO, this is, like I said, is going to be launched on POLKASTARTER, which that itself is really hyped, mainly because SpiderDial had a launch on POLKASTARTER which sold out within seconds. It could have been botted. I think I read that MahaDAO said that they're trying to make theirs much more fair because SpiderDial was most likely botted. But it sold out very quick. It was hyped. It actually went so smooth. The website held strong. And so that's very bullish for POLKASTARTER pre-sales, firstly. So if we go to their website, actually, the most important thing to look at first is the tokenomics. That's what is the most important when it comes to mooning. So let's look at the tokenomics first. So they're raising 125,000, of which 50,000 is made for POLKASTARTER token holders only. And that's a low raise, considering when you look at their seed sale as well. Raised 125,000 as well at the seed price of 25 cents. Private sale raised 600,000 at 50 cents. And there's a huge lockup for them. I mean, it's a ridiculous lockup. I haven't seen something like this before. They only get here for, they get about less than 15%. And private sale also gets around 10% of the raise on launch, which is nearly nothing. 10-year lockup plan, which is like the longest I've ever heard. I'm not sure if that applies to the private sale and seed sale or only for the team, but either way, that's a really long lockup. 300k US dollar Uniswap liquidity, which is a lot. That's good as well. So based on the tokenomics, I really like it. They say on TGE less than 5% of the supply is in circulation, only 250,000. So it's got, I think if you do get into the POLKASTARTER pre-sale, you're bound to make 2-3x, in my opinion at least. Obviously, I always have to say it, bearing whatever bugs may happen or FUD, you never know. Like SpiderDial, it had good potential and then War on Rugs fudded it. So as long as everything goes smooth, there's no reason this won't 3x, in my opinion at least. Could do more. I mean, that's a very, very low circulating supply at launch. Plus what they did was, in order to make it very fair, they made a type form that I think it's over at the moment, but in order to apply for the whitelist, you have to do a tweet on your Twitter and actually check your Twitter to make sure that it's not a botted account, so that it's very fair for everyone to get in. They made it so that there's $250 max investment per person, which is very low, which that also adds to the pumpability of the token. So that means only about 500 people can get in, which is actually a decent amount compared to the usual amount that are allowed to get into these pre-sales. So overall, very bullish so far. Then, yeah, it lists immediately after the pre-sale. Staking programs go live after 2-3 weeks of Uniswap listing. That's also a bullish aspect. Staking, locking up the tokens, making it pump harder. Then we can go back to their website. To be honest, I actually tried to read through their white paper and understand, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. Out of all the tokens I've done, I've never read a white paper. And I tried to understand it, and I'll be honest, if you're a Uniswap ape, understanding the white paper is the least important thing. It's the least of your worries. And I've did really well in Uniswap season 1 in terms of gains. So, and I never read a white paper before, because I'm sure if you've been in Uniswap for a while, understanding what the token does is the last thing you need to know for when if you want to make gains with it. I mean, it's all about the hype. You all know the most shit tokens pump the hardest. Not necessarily all of them, but there were some really shit ones that pumped 100x. So if you're going to only invest based on what you think the idea is worth and how good it is, then you're going to be missing out on a lot of gains. Although from what I briefly read, it looks like they might have a good idea and it might be unique, but I'm not going to pretend like I understand and try to explain it to you guys, because I look at what, in my opinion, is the fundamentals of a coin, and that is Telegram users, the raise, the tokenomics, the hype, the partnerships. Talking about Telegram, they have 10,000 Telegram members, and I checked through it and it's very active. Lots of people asking questions, which is always a good sign. Secondly, they partnered with Ethereum Network, which lately has partnered with very good projects that have just mooned. Here you can see that. And they've also partnered with Matic, or Matic, don't know how to say it. And although Matic partners with a lot of tokens, so I don't know how much that means, but it shows at least they're legit. And then also, very importantly, there's a public team. So, they're not going to plan to, ditch the project in the long term. So I really like this token. I've covered most of the things I consider to be the fundamentals of a token. So I mean, it's quite a simple one. Copy paste, pro. So I rate it pro. That's the rating it gets. So this one is very hyped. I'm going to personally try getting into the sale on POLKASTARTER. If I'm not able to get in, then I will look at Uniswap. As long as it doesn't launch too high, I might wait for an initial dump. Obviously, it's not going to dump below pre-sale. You never know, but I mean, in my opinion, it won't. And I'll try pick some up and maybe sell on the pump and make some gains there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully the new quality is nice. And if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate that. And follow me on Twitter. I post there quite often. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.